Hello everyone, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be working on building my Furina. Furina is easily one of my favorite designs in Genshin Impact. I love her animations, and also her trailer was an absolute blast to watch, and I'm very excited to be building her today. Before we get into today's video, I'd love to know the latest character you built or pulled in Genshin, and lastly, if you'd like to see more content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. Before we begin building Furina, I had to pull her on her rerun banner alongside Nefer. I was doing the current events at the time, story quests, and challenging some of the endgame modes in order to acquire Primo Gems for Furina. And I was able to thankfully acquire Furina on the very last day of her rerun banner. After acquiring Furina, I got her up to level 40, and now it's time to make some goals for my Furina build. I would like to get my Furina to level 80, give Furina a suitable weapon choice, get her talents as high as possible, ideally skill and burst level 8 if possible, and try farming artifacts for Furina. I'm going to try my luck at the Golden Troop artifact domain, and I'll be aiming for an HP Sands, HP Goblet, and Crit Circlet. For substats, I would love Energy Recharge, Crit, and HP for my Furina build. I do have a nice amount of Mora and EXP books, so those won't be too much of an issue for building Furina. Now, let's begin. For the first day, I primarily worked on collecting Furina the flowers she needed and fighting the boss that provided the level up ascensions that she needs. This boss was pretty easy to fight, especially with my Malvika team, and I also had to beat up a bunch of Whopper flowers, which normally I'd feel guilty for beating up a bunch of enemies to this degree, but I think the Whopper flowers that I have encountered definitely deserved it. And within the first day, I was able to get Furina to level 70. As for the second and third day, I primarily focused on getting Furina Justice talent books, as this will help me with working on her talent levels, which the runs went by pretty quick, and I decided to try farming a bit for the Golden Troop pieces as well, and there were a couple of pieces that could actually end up being usable for my Furina build. Day 4 consisted of more talent book farming until I had enough to get Furina's skill and burst to level 8 through crafting, which I did level up her skill and burst to 6 for the time being until I challenged the weekly boss for their material drop. I also noticed that Furina had a different pose in her talent screen compared to other characters such as Nefer, Llama, Sitlali, and so on. After doing a nice amount of grinding for talent books, I did need more flowers to ascend Furina further, so I ended up visiting a friend's world as they were fine with me borrowing their flowers for my Furina. Day 5 and 6 primarily consisted of challenging the weekly bosses and artifact grinding. I fought the old devouring narwhal for the very first time, which I wasn't too sure what to do at first until I got a bit of help on how to tackle this boss, and was able to successfully beat it and get some drops for Furina's talons. Since this was my first time beating it on a harder difficulty, I was also able to get additional materials as well. I challenged 2 other weekly bosses in hopes of acquiring Dream Solvent, and one of them did end up dropping Dream Solvent for me, which was perfect. On the final day of building Furina, I was able to get her to level 80 by having enough flowers. Now, thanks to my friend's help, I decided to use a Favonius sword on Furina, which was already level 70, as this weapon was occupied by my Bennett for a long time until I got a Skyward sword, which Bennett now uses that, leaving a free level 70 Favonius sword available for my other characters. So I ended up giving it to Furina, which will help with her energy recharge. As for talents, I was able to get her skill to level 7, burst to level 8, and as for the artifacts, I have been grinding these along the way, and was able to get some pretty nice rolls on each of these pieces. They aren't perfect, but they're definitely usable for what we're aiming for. Overall, I was able to get a decent starting build for my Furina, as she is level 80 with 203 energy recharge, 68 crit rate, which helps with her having Favonius equipped, 106 crit damage, and 32,000 HP. And now it's time to try out my Furina. I have Furina here on my Nefer team, and just looking at Furina, she just looks so pretty. I just love her animations so much, like her skill, all these cuties just all around, and then being able to hold the basic attack and swapping forms just looks so cool as well. And then her burst, I love her burst animation so much, so I'm so excited to try her out here on my Nefer team. Let's go beat up this crab right here. Okay, so here we are. Let's fight the crab right here. All right, so let's just set up our moves like so. With Furina, we can just skill. Now we can just start attacking the crab. And oh my gosh, Nefer just has her couch. Okay, let's just use her burst as well. I just love her burst. Oh my gosh, my Kooky! No! My Kookie's in danger. Summon your little missiles here. I just consider these seeds missiles. Literally just gonna shoot right back at them. All right, now I can just swap back into Nefer. Okay, now we can attack like so. Okay, and boom, there we go. There we go, we beat the crab. Let's go. Let's also attempt this as well. Let's first try hard mode and then maybe we can go higher depending on how well we do here. All right, let's just see what we can do. Okay, boop. There we go. Go Furina. Now with Kooky, we could just skill. All right, so I'm just waiting for these right here. We can basic. Focus here on this. And now basic right here. Now with Nefer, we can attack like so and boom! All right, now we have the menacing difficulty. So here's this enemy like so. I'm just waiting for him to come in. There we go. Skill with Furina, skill with Kooky here. And now we can just attack like so. We can also attack with Nefer and boom. Uh-oh. Furina, no! Furina, please watch out. Oh my gosh. With Llama, we can just burst. We broke him right here. Now with Nefer. Okay, we're almost done. We almost got it. And boom. Okay, let's just use our skills once again. It's fine. And boom! There we go. We were able to do it. Nice. I don't know if we can defeat the hardest difficulty possible. That would be really nice, but I think it might be a little too challenging for me right now. We could also attempt Spiral Abyss here with this team. Let's just see how this goes. The 41 enemies though is pretty nuts. That's so many enemies we have to beat up here. All right, with Nefer, we could just burst. Use her skill once again. There we go. All right, with Llama, we can burst as well. With Furina, we will burst. Now we kind of have them grouped together, which is good. And we can also attack like so. Okay, we're doing okay, I think. I feel like this would definitely be easier, maybe with my Flins, just because of all the plunging we'd be able to do, but I think this is fine. Okay, go Nefer, go! I believe in you! With Llama, I will skill and burst, and now with Furina, we could do the same. Uh-oh, my Furina, no! We can attack these enemies right here. Okay, we can burst. With Llama, we are going to just replenish our buffs. With Kooky. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh! My Nefer! There's just so many enemies spread out. This is so annoying to deal with, because if I don't hit majority of them with my attacks here, then it ends up being very unfavorable. One more to go. This run honestly isn't the greatest since we literally got attacked multiple times, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. We're just doing this for fun here. Oh my gosh. There we go. Honestly, I feel like we could have beaten that way sooner if we didn't get attacked multiple times, but it's perfectly fine. That was just so many enemies. Wow. I wish we had more ways to group those enemies together, but either way, it was pretty fun to try that out. Overall, though, I just absolutely love Furina, so she was definitely worth pulling in my book. And something I also love about Furina is that we can literally run on water. I feel like that's just so cool. It definitely makes traveling across water easier in comparison ice and then trying to feel like maybe make like an ice bridge or something. So this is pretty fun to do, just being able to walk across water. And what we can also do is just replenish the skill and we can just keep going. I think that's just so awesome. I also really want to pull Skirk on her rerun, and also I'd love to pull a Escoffier as well. So I'd love to just use a team of Furina, Skirk, and Escoffier. I feel like that'd be such a pretty team. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And also let me know the next character you're pulling for. For me right now, I'm grinding Primo Gems for Columbina, and I'd just love to know who you're personally excited for. If you did enjoy today's video, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.